Anyway, and now.
And now. Welcome back to Asinine Radio, a weekly podcast where we talk about music, and, well, that's pretty much it. So, let's go!
All right, this is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, a different artist, or maybe a different soundtrack, and we break it down. We get into the music, the lyrics, sometimes how the movie was made in this instance. My name is Tyler. Way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. While you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars and 5 stars only. All the social media is at Asinine Radio, so follow us, subscribe to us, whatever you need to do. Go do it. Please, go do it. Tell all your friends. That's it. That's all I have for the boring intro. Let's jump into it. What are we doing this week, Jeff?
We're doing the soundtrack to the movie The Wedding Singer.
That we are. That we are. So we kind of wanted to take it a little bit easier because next week is going to be pretty heavy. So we needed time to prep for next week. So we decided to do something a little bit more lighthearted and easier this week. So that's why we're doing Wedding Singer soundtrack. Let's jump into our origin story with the movie and also the soundtrack. So what's your origin story? Go.
I don't know when I watched The Wedding Singer for the first time, but I've always been a fan of Adam Sandler. I like Adam Sandler's movies. Even when they're bad, they're still entertaining and fun. I mean, people shit on Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore all the time, but like those are still fun, funny movies. They achieve their purpose. But Wedding Singer is something else. I think Wedding Singer is one of his best. There's a lot here. There's a lot here that's not just slapstick, even though there is some slapstick here, but it's just good writing. The set designs are great. The costumes are great. The casting was phenomenal. Man, The Wedding Singer is something else.
You think it's something else, huh?
I think it's something else.
Wow.
I dare say The Wedding Singer is one of the best rom-coms of all time.
Okay. I guess my origin story is kind of similar to yours. I don't remember seeing it for the first time. I think it had to have been in high school. The only Adam Sandler movies I've ever really liked have been The Waterboy and Happy Gilmore. Outside of that, I don't think his movies are that good. And I don't know. Yeah, that's my origin story. I saw it in high school. I had not watched it until this week, and I watched it twice this week. So
you had not watched The Wedding Singer until this week, since you last watched?
Since high school, yeah. I think high school was the last time I watched it. Maybe I watched it with you guys, when we were in our early 20s, maybe. But yeah, I never went back and watched this because I'm not a huge Adam Sandler fan. I'm really not. He's fine. But
that's what's great about The Wedding Singer is he's not even in it that much. He's the star of the movie, and he's not even in it that much.
True. But still, I think it's a combination of not really caring for Adam Sandler with the 80s music, which we'll get into. Never been a huge fan of 80s music, and the combination of it all, I just didn't really care too much.
Okay.
But this week, I'm not saying it's a great movie. I never buy it, but I was entertained. Let's just say I was entertained.
Are you not detained?
So real quick too, this movie was made in 1998, and it was only $18 million to make. This shit grossed $18 million in its first week.
Yeah.
Worldwide, it has grossed over $128 million.
It's
that
a fan
is
favorite.
Insane.
Yeah, it's
and I cannot believe it because this movie is not that good.
It is though.
That much. It's a good rom-com.
I'm going to get into why it's better than you think it is.
But there's
as
not
we go through this.
Outside of the kind of the way they had interwoven the music with the story, that part was good. But when it comes to the actual storyline, it is just beat for beat a very typical, straightforward rom-com. Great chemistry between Adam Sandler. Between Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. Great chemistry. That's why they did 3 movies together, because they do have really good It is really, really good. That part of it. Christina, no, what was it? Christina, not Applegate. What's Ben Stiller's wife's name?
Christine Taylor.
Yeah, Christine Taylor. She's great. She's really great in this. The villain, not the villain, but the fiance, whatever.
Because he's not the villain.
Who's the villain?
You don't need a villain. This is love, baby. There's so many villains here.
But there's still he's still, if we're gonna pick out a villain, that's the villain. But anyway, I'm kind of going off here because
that's what makes this movie so great. Is that most of these villains are essentially the women, right? Like Drew Barrymore is marrying this guy for his money, so we think. What's her name? His Robbie or Adam Sandler's wife that ditches him at the altar. She's clearly a villain because she's a fucking asshole. And like all these other women in his life, like he sees these as villains, but like really it's him coming to terms with himself, becoming a better person, overcoming these obstacles, whether or not they're bad people or not, doesn't make a difference. They're not the villain. Robbie's the villain. Adam Sandler's the villain here. He's the one that's villain, because he's the one doing things for selfish reasons. And then finally, when he comes to terms with this is not what I want to do with my life, and then we even see it later on when he says like, "Oh, I'm going to get a job." And you remember go see Kevin Nealon at the bank and tries to get, just give me some fucking business card with my name on it. That's all I want.
Just one business card.
It's like, no, dude, you're a good guy. Don't be a villain to yourself. You know, embrace who you are. It's a coming of age film. It's a rom-com. Dude, this movie's amazing.
The coming of age thing is a little. I get where you're coming from, but that's still a little bit of a stretch. It really is. I think the coming of age thing was accidental.
Shit, even Drew Barrymore's mom is kind of villainous because she straight up tells her like you should just get pregnant. That'll get him to marry you. Like that's the fucking first time
do a
you meet
fake
her.
pregnancy. Yeah, fake pregnancy.
Oh my god,
that always works.
So like all the women in his life that he meets or comes and interacts with are kind of like bad people, but they're not. He's kind of the bad person.
Yeah, in a way. So how we're going to kind of do this today, because we don't do soundtracks that often, and when we do soundtracks, they tend to be actual musicals. This is I think outside of Endless Summer, this is the only other soundtrack we've done like this. Everything else has been a musical. Nightmare Before Christmas, Rocky Horror, Tenacious D. But this one's a little bit different. Actually, very different. So we're going to get more into the movie, and we're going to actually not break down all the songs, but we're going to go through the songs as the story progresses. So we're going to try to intertwine or weave everything together. So let's just start from the beginning. Let's go. Well,
the opening of the movie, baby. The opening of the movie, right? It opens with "You Spin Me Right Round" by Dead or Alive.
Yes.
Fuck me, dude. Beyond banger. This song is a beyond banger. This song is amazing.
It's a good. Well, okay. So real quick too. Actually, before we jump into this, should we name our stinkers and bangers, or should we say them as we go?
I think we say them as we go, because I have essentially like stinky stinkers. I have stinkers. I have kind of like low tier stuff. I have just filler.
Stinky stinkers.
Dude, there's a song on here that I honestly think is one of the worst songs of all time. Wow. It's going to go on our playlist of worst songs of all time.
Ooh, you can put it on our list. The list in our docs.
You've only added Rise Against songs to that doc thus far, but this will also go on it.
Okay.
But yeah, I honestly think that "You Spin Me Right Round" is a fucking absolute beyond banger of a song.
Yeah, so that's my. So I have 11 bangers and I have 4 stinkers. "Spin Me Right Round" is my 9B, my 9th banger. So this is a good song.
Like most of these bands, they all came from fucking England, dude. They're all English like pop bands.
That's true, huh? I didn't even make that connection.
All right, so like, thanks England for 80s pop music, Britland. I guess. Thanks Britland for shitty pop music of the 80s. That's great. But Dead or Alive, I listened to like just their top 5 on Spotify, and even like the top 5 on Spotify, 3 are different variations of "You Spin Me Right Round." So I try to get like their biggest songs. Outside of that, nah, nothing good here. All of my bangers, and then kind of everybody else too. I really try to listen to all of their biggest songs, that way I can get a feel of the band. This one just did not. I don't care for this band whatsoever outside of this one song.
I mean, outside of the Police song, I mean, this is like the biggest banger from each band.
That is true. I mean? That is true. Well, the biggest banger.
outside of Police and Madonna, I should say. Everything else is like the biggest banger from each of these bands.
Yeah, but not the only good song.
Okay, fair. Well, not fair, because most of this music, a lot of this music isn't very good. Yeah, so You Spin Me Right Round. I mean, this is the very beginning of the movie when they're playing the first wedding. And fun little fact: the guitar player in the band,
look at
in
this
Robbie's
guy.
band. What?
You doing research here? Look at this guy.
A little bit, I guess.
Wow.
But the guitarist in the band is actually the composer for the movie. So
Yeah, dude. He hits
I don't
his two
have, I don't have very
slides,
many.
he goes,
I don't have very many fun facts. So
Dude, I have so many fun facts. Oh, we didn't do our 6 degrees. I have 2 6 degrees.
Oh, I didn't even do the 6 Degrees of Tom DeLonge.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
we're all over the place.
I was excited. I watched this movie like 6 times.
Dude, that's too much. I didn't even want to watch it the second time.
I fucking love this movie so much.
Okay.
You want me to get into my 6 degrees?
Yeah, so let's do the 6 Degrees since we forgot. This is where we connect the band, artist, whatever we're doing, to Artist of the Week to our boy Tom DeLonge in Blink and Angel and Airwaves. So what do you
All
got?
right, baby. I did one for each. I did one for Drew and I did one for Adam. So the easier one was Drew Barrymore. She dated the guitarist from Hole, right? Hole, Courtney Love.
Okay.
Courtney to Dave. And then obviously a slew of avenues we can go with Dave. So that was one. Do you know Dave was in X-Files too? He was in he was a background character in one X-Files episode.
No, I did not know that.
Remember the X-Files episode, The Pusher, where the guy could just talk to you and he'd make you do things?
I just watched that episode last week.
He's so like when you first meet the Pusher guy and he's in suit and he's coming in from like stage right, and one of the background characters is Dave Grohl, and you see him for maybe a second, and it's
No way.
clear as fucking day Dave Grohl back there.
Huh. I did not know that.
So yeah, Drew Barrymore to essentially Dave Grohl, and then yeah, we've done
Yeah,
Dave Grohl a
easy
lot.
connection there.
Adam Sandler, he worked with this reggae group called the Wailing Souls on his second solo album, which Garth, his nickname is Garth. Garth Dennis is a member of the group. Garth Dennis was also a founding member of Black Uhuru. Black Uhuru worked with Sly and Robbie from the beginning. Don't forget Sly and Robbie was featured on No Doubt's Rocksteady. And the easiest way to connect, I thought this was fun, the easiest way to connect No Doubt to Tom is the fact that we went to see their 2004 concert.
Oh my god.
Well, to be fair, only one of us saw the entire
Yeah,
concert.
only
so.
one of it, yeah. That would be me.
But we were both there at a certain point.
That's true.
That brought back nice, fun, and terrible memories.
Yes. I had a good time though. Kyle
fine.
and I had a good time.
I had a good time when we finally got there.
Yeah.
Halfway through, no doubt.
All right. So
Yeah,
let's get back
okay.
to this.
Get
Spin
back
me
to
right
this.
around. Do we have anything else on this one?
No, that was good. I'm glad you did a little bit of research here, and that was cool. I love how this thing starts off though, right? Like you immediately get that song, just that beginning, I don't know, 80s synth with the weird kind of percussion thing in the back. Like this song is cool. It's a great opener, and Adam slays, dude. Adam doesn't have a great voice, but he's got a voice that's acceptable.
Yeah.
It's acceptable.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's acceptable.
It's
Yeah.
acceptable, and because he's fun, because I'm having a good time. It's like pizza, baby, right? As he says in Wedding Crashers, who gives a fuck? It's like pizza, baby. We're having a good time. It's acceptable, and I'm already having fun. Boom.
I was curious how many Wedding Crashers references we were going to make in this one because, yeah,
Dude,
anyway.
on the DVD, there's a trailers part where you can look at upcoming movies, and Wedding Crashers is one of the movies.
No way. Oh,
It's on the
I guess
DVD.
the DVD must have come out in 04, 05 or something then.
I guess that's when I got
Yeah, it had
this
to
one,
be.
or not when I got this one, but my version of this. Yeah, so there you go.
Love it. All right, so then we move on to Do You Really Want to Hurt Me? Culture Club.
Another banger,
This is-
not a Beyond banger, but a banger.
This is not a banger for me, not a stinker. It's just
Okay.
that. I've never really liked this song. I think it's just too over the top 80s. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. It's
I will say that I love this song
just a
more
weak song.
because the Violent Femmes do a fantastic cover of this song, and I absolutely love it. I adore it. I think it's amazing. So I do like this song, and I've come into contact with this album. It's their, I think it's
you
Kissing
had
to Be
it.
Clever. I did. I purged it 3 times just because the rest of the album is just not, it's not there. And even their second biggest hit, Karma Chameleon, I don't think that's a good song. I think that's stupid.
That's a better song than this.
But that's on, no, what do you know it's
Karma
not?
Chameleon?
The
Yeah,
Karma
it is.
Chameleon.
That song's
No.
better than
That's
Do You Really
wrong.
Wanna Hurt
That
Me?
is incorrect. You are incorrect. But the other big song from this album was "I'll Tumble for You." Remember, "I'll Tumble for You." That's another banger of a song
I have
too.
no idea what that is.
Oh, it's a good song. But this is This is the 80s episode. After this, I will
Oh,
go back to
man.
shitting all over the fucking 80s because 80s was the worst decade for music of all time.
Shit. Oh, and also people listening, there's no official soundtrack on Spotify or Apple Music, so I'll put somebody made a playlist of this soundtrack, so I'll put the link to the playlist in the description of this episode. So if you want to listen to these songs, if you don't know them, feel free, go for it.
My playlist is
But-
better that I sent Tyler because my songs are actually in the movie, whereas the official.
Okay, then we'll put that playlist. We'll put that
album.
playlist on.
But then you can't because then you get to search for some of these songs. It requires more work.
Okay, well, whatever. We'll
No one's
put,
gonna fucking
we'll put
listen
some
to it anyway
playlist.
because everybody hates the 80s.
Yeah. That's true. The 80s sucked.
I actually have both of the. So there's a Wedding Singer soundtrack, volume 1 and 2 on vinyls.
I can't believe you bought it on vinyl.
I have both. I have both volumes, and I made you listen to one when you were out here, and you loved it.
I actually totally forgot you made me listen to it.
Remember that shit? Yeah, remember we all sat
I
up
do
here
now, yeah.
and you were completely fucking miserable, and I was having a good time.
I wasn't miserable.
you
I
were miserable. You were miserable.
No, I put on a brave face. Got through it. Didn't complain. I
You
really
were
didn't complain that much.
Completely miserable.
Exactly, lit. So let's move on from Do You Really Want to Hurt Me?
I have a fun
Right?
fact though. Fun fact:
What do
Boy
you got on this
George,
one?
the real Boy George, because it's
Oh, yeah.
it's one of the Arquette siblings. I think it's one of the Arquette siblings.
Alexis
Arquette. She plays Boy George. I don't think it's called or she's called Boy George. I think she's called something kind of silly.
Just George. I think it's just George.
Maybe it's just George. But like clearly it's supposed to be Boy George and Boy George in real life when watching the movie thought it was like hilarious and fucking loved it so much. I was a huge fan.
I think this is before they transitioned, right? Before she transitioned?
I think it was around the same time.
Was it? Okay. That's pretty
Yeah.
crazy, right? And how progressive this movie actually was.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff.
Dude,
In the
that's not
mid- or
even
late 90s. I should say.
that's not even like the only thing here. We'll get in. God, this movie's so good.
It's fine. It's fine. So yeah, at this point, you know, they're playing the songs. Everybody in the crowd's kind of getting weird when they start singing this song because Adam Sandler leaves the stage and then George sings it. And nobody really likes it, and then we go from there. What do we have next?
And then we have this song called Der Kommissar by After the Fire. This is the song that who even fucking knows what song this is. The only time you would know what song this is if someone says "Don't turn around." Oh, uh-oh. That's the only part anybody fucking knows. This song's dumb.
That's it. Yeah,
Not a stinker,
I don't
but
have-
damn, this is close.
because that's the only thing that anybody knows about the song.
And even that, not that cool.
Oh, isn't that?
Don't
what they
turn
do?
around. Oh. Yeah,
Oh,
even
maybe
that's
I'm
not
thinking of
that
a different
cool.
song. I think I'm thinking of a different song. I don't know.
Maybe.
Anyway, it's all
Okay.
stupid. It's all stupid.
That's not all
Um,
stupid, but this is stupid.
It's almost all stupid.
Well-
So Till There Was You is the next thing
Oh,
here.
you know I love this one.
Wait, I can't even remember how the song goes.
This is from so first of all, this is written by Meredith Willson. This is from The Music Man, one of the greatest musicals of all time.
Oh, okay, that's why I don't remember it.
And this was sung. What part was this? This was
This is when
this is when we first meet the old lady.
yeah,
the-
he's given the piano or the singing lessons.
Yeah.
Robbie's giving the singing lessons
But
to the lady from Wedding Crashers.
I think besides The Music Man, the most notable version was the Beatles. The Beatles did a cover of it on one of their shitty pop albums, which is like all of their shitty pop albums. They did a cover, so I think that's what most people know. Till There Was You. It's a good slow song. It's cute. The old lady's super cute. You know she lived to be 101.
No way!
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Dude, she
mean,
lived
she
to be
looked old.
101.
She looked old in this and Wedding Crashers.
Yeah, and she was also in
mean-
Seinfeld too.
She was, yeah, you're right. She was in Seinfeld.
She was Jay Peterman's mom, and her password was no, yeah, it was boss. No, George told her his password to his PIN number or whatever it was because he wouldn't tell anybody, not even Susan.
right.
And he told her, and she woke up in her coma and said Bosco, Bosco, and then died. Oh, it's good.
I forgot about that. Holy shit. So yeah, this song, I mean, I didn't, okay, so the scenes with Adam Sandler or Robbie's character and her, I didn't like them. Like it was way too forced. This whole scene where he's doing the lessons, like I understand you need some of that kind of like soft, tender moments to kind of build Sandler's character. But then it took the turn with the meatballs where she pays him in meatballs, and
Which you don't even like
it was
understand.
it was too slapstick.
You don't understand that she pays him in meatballs really until later on when he tells Julia that he's tired of being paid in meatballs. Like, oh, that's why he's been hanging out with that old lady. I get it now.
Yeah.
But there's also a deleted scene where she was there at his circumcision. Like she's been a friend of the family for that long, and he's always looked after her. But the deleted scene went way too into like the circumcision part of their relationship. She's like, yeah, I've seen your penis. Of course I have. Come on. Like I know what it looks like. And it got really weird and really stupid, which it should have just been like a thing to show us that these two have a connection that's deeper than just him finding her on Craigslist and then giving her free piano lessons.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Some of the comedy was just like, it was dated for sure. Like it was really, really dated. Especially between them two.
Well, it has to be
really
dated.
didn't like the scenes. No, but like, not 80s humor. I'm talking like 90s. Like 90s had its own, 90s and early 2000s had its own like, its own kind of comedy that I feel like has not aged well. And not like in a homophobic, transphobic, or that kind of way. Just like, even the slapstick has not, most of it has not aged well.
That is true. That's true. True. Cool.
Yeah, I don't really like their scenes together, and I feel like they're way too long. Especially this one, this whole piano thing, it was way too long. He could have had that dialogue with anybody, and because we didn't know who she was, like because when you go into the scene, you're like, "Is this his grandma? Who is this lady?" You never really understand who she is until kind of later in the movie, when I think it was like toward the end of the movie when she's actually singing for her husband or something or for the anniversary. Only then do you kind of realize, oh, they're not actually related. Why is he talking to her? Why is she so important? So that's weak. That's pretty weak. But I don't know. Moving on. We get into Robbie's wedding, Adam Sandler's wedding.
Yeah.
He gets stood up. But the song that's playing before is "Don't Stop Believin'" by Journey, but it's played on a piano, and it's not the actual song.
It's the orchestra. The orchestra is playing it. And I think it works. I think that song is so much better when it's like in like a wedding format. When you have an orchestra playing "Don't Stop Believin'," I thought it was a great song.
It sounds way better, and I thought it was. Yeah, I should have written. I don't know why I didn't write it down, but I thought it was a different song. I thought it was like a Beatles song or something. And then it took me like a minute to realize, oh fuck, this is actually Journey.
Yeah,
it's
really good.
It took me about a minute, but I figured it out.
It's a killer wedding song.
But the OG song, the actual "Don't Stop Believin'" by Journey, that's my number one stinker.
That's fine.
I hate that song.
That song's fucking trash. It's awful.
I hate that song. So I don't care what anybody says. I hate when it comes on in bars. I hate when people play it. It's not that good of a song. It's so overrated. It's just cheesy and oh god, dude, it's not a good song, man.
Do you like "Sweet Caroline"?
No, I don't like "Sweet Caroline." But this is worse.
Okay, yeah. Would you rather sing "Sweet Caroline" or "Don't Stop Believing"?
Oh yeah, "Sweet Caroline" for sure.
Because at least your investment is only in the bop 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 parts, right? For "Sweet Caroline," that's the only time you actually have to participate.
Yeah, that's the only time,
and that's fun.
But it's just like watching everybody in a bar sing "Don't Stop Believing" is so embarrassing.
It is.
It's really. I'm sorry. Anybody listening?
Don't be sorry. It's a terrible fucking song. People that sing in bars are just fucking woo girls and guys trying to get with woo girls. That's it.
Woo girls.
Yeah. Woo!
So good.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. So yeah, he gets stood up. Robbie gets stood up at his own wedding. Some terrible acting when he's up on the altar when he's talking to his mom. I thought, man, dude, this guy's famous. Like, come on.
For dude. What? Come on. He's likable.
His facial expressions are so... Dude, the acting is so bad on his part. I couldn't believe how bad it was.
He just has that stupid look on his face at all times.
Dude, the director should have done something else. Like the shot was stood on his face or was on his face for so long. I don't get it. Like it was such a bad decision. They should have edited it. Am I saying that right? Edited it. And then Drew Barrymore's watching him. They've already kind of got that relationship going because they met each other at the wedding that he was singing at, and which we didn't even get into, but whatever. Then she
That's true.
feels bad
we need
for
to go
him.
back a little bit and get into that one because I do want to talk about that.
Okay, get into that.
Like right now?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
All right.
So I mean, okay. So really, he gets stood up. He goes into like this tent, throws a mirror, throws some shit, has a tantrum.
Typical Adam
obviously.
Sandler stuff.
Yeah, typical Sandler stuff. And then Drew Barrymore's sad, and then she walks away. But why is she sad? Go.
Yeah, let's go back a little bit. So Adam Sandler. Actually, let's go back to even when we meet Steve Buscemi, because Steve Buscemi looks legit drunk. And like the way he stumbles, because he like trips over the curb, it doesn't look like a guy who just missed his mark and tripped. It looked like a guy who was fucking drunk. Like, you could see his ankle like twist in a way that he didn't like overcompensate with the other foot to try and not twist his ankle. He looked drunk. I couldn't find anything that he was actually drunk. I wouldn't have put it past him. This was a fun movie. People liked working on it. So I don't know. But yeah, when we first meet Drew Barrymore, it's just dude, Adam Sandler. Which comes back later on, and that's such a good scene. But dude, Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore in this movie, I don't know if there's any more compatible like people that could have like been co-stars. It's instant chemistry. Nothing like romantic or sexual. It's just instant fucking chemistry. They look great together.
I feel like it's the way they keep. I mean, even it's the way they keep eye contact with each other. Like they look like they're genuinely interested in each other, what each other are saying. Even though it's like, I know the camera is only like on showing one person's view, but even the way that like when the camera's on Sandler and the way he's looking at Drew Barrymore, it just seems so convincing and so real. It's just one of the conversation seems so organic, which I hate using that word, but
this is like legit though, because she had reached out to Adam wanting to do something with him just because she thought he was funny, she thought he was cool, and they do have very similar personalities. And I guess when they were like talking and then going back and forth, like she wore that same like studded jacket she wears in the show. That's Drew Barrymore's jacket in real life, and everyone's like the costume designer's like, that's a fucking stupid fucking 80s jacket. You should wear that as your character. And like they just hit it off like instantaneously. So I thought their chemistry was amazing.
I thought so too.
I
don't think she's particularly a great actor, but she has that personality. She has that bubbly personality it's so endearing. So fucking endearing.
Well, you watch her now. I don't watch it all the time, but I watch it sometimes. On her show, I watch clips of people that I want to see on her show. But she has a show now, the Drew Barrymore Show.
Yeah, like a daytime show.
Yeah, and you watch like clips of people that you're interested in. You interact with her. And she seems like the type of person that when you're talking to her, like nothing else matters to her in the world except for whatever is coming out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Like that's the type of person
I've
she
seen
is.
that too. Yeah, that's what it seems like. And it's worked for her. It's worked for her.
Who hates Drew? Nobody hates Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, you're right.
Come on.
You're right.
Come on.
All
also,
right.
I also read too that not only was Carrie Fisher given the script.
Yes, I saw that too.
To help smooth out some of these edges, but also Judd Apatow. Judd Apatow helped in writing some of these scenes to make them a little bit better. And what's cool about both of them, I mean, Judd Apatow, not like a huge fan as other people are, but the guy knows like rom-com stuff. He knows how to write a good scene to make the kind of lovey-dovey love
cast.
stuff.
He knows
how to cast people. I don't know the Carrie Fisher thing, but I think Carrie Fisher was more there to help. But like from what I read, her biggest suggestion was just to make the women smarter and stronger. And that's what we see in this movie. We see these strong women kind of like going through these like crises where instead of acting on them and being kind of like douchey, where like a stereotypical male would do, they kind of like think about it a little bit more. They talk about them. I guess that is all kind of stereotypical too, but I don't know. And also like the female perspective. There's so many scenes where Adam Sandler is not there and we're just only watching females on screen talk to each other.
And I felt like even the chemistry between Drew Barrymore and Christine Taylor were great. Like
they seem like best friends.
And what's crazy, like in the movie, they're not. I don't think they are. Like they only know each other because they only know each other because Drew Barrymore just started working at the venue.
Yeah.
So but like they hit it off. I mean, according to the movie, they hit it off, and they were like roommates. So maybe because remember after Drew Barrymore gets really drunk, she's hungover the next morning. Christine Taylor's there.
Yeah.
At the house. So in the end, they're probably roommates from before, and then Christine Taylor got Drew Barrymore the job at the venue. That's probably what it is.
It does seem like they've been friends for a long time, but based on context and things like that, I don't think they have been friends for a long time.
But then the throwaway line by Drew Barrymore's fiance when after Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore kiss, Christine Taylor says, "Oh no, he kissed me," and then he looks at her and he goes, "Who hasn't?"
Who hasn't?
So so actually they probably did know each other in the story.
But it's a small town, and like that's what I like about her character is like she owns her sexuality, but because it's the 80s and not contemporary, like she is now a slut. But like Glenn, he's the same fucking person, but even worse because he hides it, he masks it. But like she owns her sexuality and still gets like shit on for it.
Shit on, yeah. All right, we got quite a few songs.
Oh.
we're really kind of jumping around here. So let's get into White Wedding, Billy Idol. This is only very briefly played. Billy Idol makes an appearance later in the movie, but this is only very briefly played on a TV at Robbie's sister's house. And really, I don't really care for this song. I never have. I don't really like Billy Idol.
Billy Idol's a guy that I'm happy to listen to him. Again, like I think he has 3 songs that I think are absolute bangers. Everything else I think is chud. But he's a guy that I'd be happy to go see live. It'd be a fun time.
Well,
but I think
seen him live.
I have seen him live, and it was a great time. But I think he's just kind of, it's Billy Idol. That's his shtick. Is he's Billy Idol at this point. He's not really good at anything. He's not really great at anything.
Caricature of himself.
Yeah.
And everything he does, like nothing seems real about Billy Idol.
Yeah.
I think his music is okay at best, and I really have never really cared for White Wedding, so it's not on my banger or stinker list. But
that bass line, though.
Murder Dolls did a cover of this.
It's a good song. It's a cool song.
It's fine.
It's
fine.
I think it's a banger.
All right, so let's move on. 99 Luftballons from Nena. I guess that's how you pronounce it. German band from West Germany. 99 Luftballons. Where does this sit for you on your banger list? Because
it's a big, dude. Come on, it's a fucking banger. Are you kidding me right now? Of course, it's a banger. Who the fuck doesn't like this song? You're a monster. You're lying if you don't like this song. If you think you don't like this song,
it's a fucking great song. It's my 3B. Love this one. And I was reading more about this song too. So the German version, the lyrics differ a little bit from the English translation. And the German version, it's kind of like this concept song about war and bombs and all this kind of fucking, and like the like post-apocalyptic thing going on. It's crazy. I never fucking knew that. And then the English translation is way more, I don't know, way more tame. It's like not even the same song.
It's because of how goddamn catchy it is. But Goldfinger did a good rendition of it, and he still kept in most of I don't know the concept of war and bombs and war ministers and all these other things. Like he still kept all that in there, but you don't know what he's saying because the song is so fucking good, like musically.
Yeah, it's a great song. Great song.
Yeah,
if you don't know it, go listen to it.
And it's cool because it's like the first time we see like Drew by herself here, like in her kind of like natural state, right? That like she's singing she has headphones on and she's singing in that camera angle, which is like right up on her face. Like, dude, that's a classic 80s fucking shot, right?
Yeah.
Like a little bit lower, and she's just kind of like eyes closed, bobbing her head back and forth, singing along to her headphones. Like, oh, good stuffs.
I also want to mention that a lot of these songs, I would say like at least 3/4 of the songs on the soundtrack, they only play for about 5-10 seconds.
I know. So there's 35 of them.
I know. So we got to start moving faster through these. Past the Duchy is the next one. This is when, this is like probably one of the shortest things. It's just Robbie's friend comes over to hang out. He's just kind of rolling up in the car down the street into the driveway, and the song's playing, and that's it. And I hate this song.
Yeah.
It's not a stinker, but I just don't like the song at all.
I think this is one of the worst songs of all time. I really do.
Yeah, it's not a good song.
I think this may be like top 5 worst songs ever fucking made.
Okay.
It's stupid. It's fucking dumb. It's dumb. I don't want to. I don't want to hear fucking kids. I don't want to hear kids bop, but you mask it with like reggae and pretend like it's something unique and cool, and then say pass a Duchy, and then it's not about even like kids talking about passing like the brewski or passing like the joint. It's about a cooking pot, a Dutch oven. That's a doochie. That's stupid. Right? Like, you would think it's about, like, pass a doochie. You think it's about, like, pot. Like, they're passing, like, the joint.
Yeah.
Stupid.
It's like Puff the Magic Dragon, you know, from the 60s, the kids TV show. That's what everybody always said. Oh, it's about passing the joint or whatever, talking about marijuana. It's like, it probably wasn't. But
no, the Peter, Paul, and Mary wrote it. No, it's not about that at all. Yeah, this is about that's the cooking pot on the left hand side. Like, how stupid does that sound? Right? Come on. Fuck you. Get out of here. Fuck this.
I think they were. I mean, when the song was made, I think that they're really just kind of playing off of the reggae thing going on in the late 70s with Bob Marley and Peter Tosh and, you know, the Police, really,
well, again,
too.
Do you know where
it up, the Clash.
I should say, guess where this band, the Musical Youth is what they were called. Guess where they're from?
New York? I don't know.
Birmingham,
England?
Yes, sir.
No way.
Yes, sir.
They probably have a museum in Birmingham.
There's probably two bridges.
Next to the Black
There's
Sabbath
a bridge.
one.
There's a Sabbath bridge, and that bridge directly leads to past the Doochie Bridge. Yeah, I swear it's there. Yes.
No,
it's completely false. No. I mean, I don't know for sure. There could be. I don't know why I believed you. Not. I don't know why you believe me either. Like, come, are you kidding me? Come on.
I don't know. It's Birmingham. I don't know what the Burmese
That's true.
do
Who the
there.
fuck know what the Burmese do?
I don't know what the Burmese do. They're all crazy. Oh man, that's
silly. Yeah, this song
stupid.
fucking sucked. Fuck the song.
All right, let's move on to Robbie's friend. I forgot the friend's name, but Robbie's friend shows up to the house. Sammy shows up to the house, goes down to the basement to go visit him, and just very briefly, "Boys Don't Cry" from The Cure is playing, and it's maybe 15 seconds of the song, if that, and that's all we get. But I really do like this song. "Boys Don't Cry" is a great song. It's my 4B.
It's just his vocals, man. I can't get into the vocals. I like that guitar, that ding ding ding.
Oh, I love that guitar line. Yeah,
I think what The Cure did for just even like the genre of music that I like, the emo era of melancholy, Dashboard, Bright Eyes stuff, it would not even happen without The Cure. I think The Cure did so much, but I've just never liked them. I never really got into them that hard, but I've never. Yeah, I don't know.
We got to do The Cure because I mean, everything I've heard by them, I like. I've never disliked anything from them.
Same.
But I think we got to take a deep dive, man. We should do the Ross Robinson album from 2004. I've heard that one's pretty wild.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. But we should just do The Cure at some point.
I think we should as well. Yes, at some point.
I'll put it on our list. I'll put it on our to-do list.
Okay.
But so let's move on from Boys Don't Cry. We get into to Holiday from Madonna. This is what part? When does he sing this? Is when he's really depressed? This is the first song he sings.
He is singing this. It's when it's at his next paid wedding gig. He's going Holiday,
but it doesn't sound anything like the Madonna version.
No, like the music does, but his voice is just like, dude, he slaughters it. And it's so funny. Like this is when Adam Sandler is actually like a good actor. It's his voice, what he does with his voice, because he can make this song, and he chose a great song too, because the song is kind of like middle ground. I've come to the conclusion I don't like Madonna. I don't like Madonna any way, shape, or form.
But this is a good song. Holiday.
This is not a good song. This is almost a stinker for me. This is a low song.
This is my 8B. This is my 8B.
I don't think anything Madonna's ever done is a banger. I don't like it.
Oh, that's
don't
wrong.
like any of it.
That's wrong.
Dude, her vocals are too high pitched. There's no like fluctuation whatsoever. It's just annoying. Nothing's exciting. Like I do like parts of this because it is a funky song that the guitar really shreds it up, and there's a lot of those like funky high chords, like those things. Those are cool. But damn, dude, boring. Madonna's boring.
I mean, some of the stuff she does is boring, but she does have some bangers. She does have, and I think Holiday is a banger. I really do think this is a good song.
I purged all my Madonna, which was just one, like a virgin.
Just one. The one. Oh no, that was the one I gave you in the lot, right?
Like recently?
Yeah, the one that I got from my boss.
I've had like a version since like the beginning of our collection.
Oh, okay.
But my soft rock section has just been never full, so I just kept it there.
Okay, so let's move on from Madonna then.
Yeah, I don't care about Madonna at all.
Let's move into the next song that he sings. Robbie's drunk. He's super drunk. He's at the wedding, and he's making fun of the mutants at table So at this point he's singing "Love Stinks" by Jay Giles Band, which this is an absolute stinker. I hate this song.
So
this is my number 2 stinker.
There's two things here, right? The way Adam Sandler sings it, I think, is a banger. The way I think it's Jay Giles Band sings it,
Giles, whatever, is
a fucking stinker because the song builds up to the "Love Stinks," but in like the Jay Giles Band, like the "Love Stinks" part, it flops. It doesn't even match like the tone of the song. Like everything's building up to like the "Love Stinks." Right? Like the Adam Sandler part brings the fucking heat, man. Like when he says "love stinks" and he puts the mic in front of the mutants at table 9, like it's like it stinks. But like the Jay Giles rendition of it, nah, flat.
Yeah, totally flat. Hate the song. Absolute stinker. Would never play again. I really, really hate that song. It's so bad. So he's talking about the he talks about the mutants at table 9, dude. It's so dry the way he says it too, and it's just what am I trying? It's not forgotten. It's just that it's
fast.
It's throwaway.
It's quick.
It's fast. It's throwaway. It's just really fucking, and he's really good at throwaways like that, which we'll get into when they go to the party and talks about his parents dying. You want to talk about that? Like, no, why would I want to talk about that? I don't know.
I don't know. Why would you?
It was so fucking dry. He's great at that. He's fucking so good at being that dry. It's hard to pull it off, but he does. But anyway, yeah, "Love Stinks." It's just whatever.
Yeah,
he gets knocked out. He also gets knocked out by one of the
dad,
the bride's dad, or something like that.
Yeah, because he's like, "I'm not paid to hear your emotions, buddy. You're here to sing." He's one more outburst from you, and I'll strangle you with my microphone cord. So deadpan. That's good. It was good.
All right, so then we get into Robbie comes home. He's babysitting the kids.
Oh, but I do want to interject with one thing. So Robbie performed 2 weddings here and then a bar mitzvah. The first wedding, that's when we first see him and Julie meet outside by the dumpster, right? And he helps that kid barf into the dumpster. Everything there's painted blue. The entire set is painted blue. The dumpster's blue. Everything's blue. The next time, the exact same set, when Robbie's out there in the dumpster feeling down on himself, everything is the exact same fucking set, dude. Everything's painted red.
Really?
Little, yeah. I mean, goofy and silly, but dude, come on, man. That is so solid. And in the first time we see Robbie, what color's his jacket? It's blue. Second time we see Robbie, what color's his jacket? It's red.
Wow. Look at you.
So good.
You with the details.
So friggin' good.
So friggin' good.
I love All right. Go ahead. Moving on.
So Hold Me Now by Thompson Twins comes up next. When Robbie drives home, babysits the kids. I really like this song. I really do. It's my 7B.
Oh damn! Okay.
I don't know what it is.
It's the "Hold Me Now" part, though.
Yeah, Hold Me Now. It's like he's about to like cry. Oh my god!
And like the other part, like I've always thought he said, "Oh my god!" Like that's what I always thought they said, but they don't say that at all.
Like Chris Farley doing the hand thing too.
Yeah, that's what I just did with my hands.
I did it too when I said, "Oh my god."
That's hilarious.
But yeah, Hold Me Now. I don't know what it is, man. It's a stupid ballad, but I'm hooked. I'm absolutely hooked by that.
It's a good song. It's a good song. I had it like as a mid tier. Like I'm happy it exists because I do enjoy the "Hold Me Now" part, the "Oh my god" part, and the "Stand with me." I do like that. Otherwise, I don't know. It's whatever.
So there's not much to this scene except Robbie's brother-in-law. So there's a few characters that I think are just so underrated, and his brother-in-law is one of them. He's so fucking weird. He says the stupidest shit, and in this scene, he's talking to Sandler, to Robbie, and he's saying like, "Yeah, your sister, she's crazy. She does these exotic dances." He starts talking about nipple play, and then Robbie's like, "Okay, that's enough. I'm gonna babysit your kids. Go away." And then after Robbie leaves, the camera stays on the brother-in-law. I forgot his name. Stays on him. And he's like, "What did I just say? I don't even know what I said." And just the way he says it, and there's no reason for to end the scene that way, but the way he says it made me laugh so fucking hard both times I watched the movie. Like, I actually rewound it because it was, I can't even explain why I thought it was so funny. But the guy was just like talking for no reason at all. I don't know. I just thought.
Do you recognize that guy?
No. Was he in The Sopranos?
I don't think he was in Sopranos. He was in Goodfellas. I think one of his first roles. He was an extra in The Godfather. So then he had a role in The Godfather too. But he has that like mob look to him.
Yeah, it's his hair. He reminds me of the guy in The Sopranos, Tony's sister's boyfriend, who she ends up shooting in the kitchen. Do you know what I'm talking about? He was also like a mafia guy.
But the good-looking guy, or no, not that guy.
No, he was like the.
He was Janice.
He was with Janice, and he was the one who was in jail for like 20 years or 15 years, and then he gets out of jail, and he comes out and he's wearing like the members only jacket. That guy. Was it that guy?
No, it's not that guy. But
Okay.
I think the guy you're talking about. I know you're talking about. I know his face.
Kind of short, but anyway, whatever.
The hair for sure.
Yeah, the hair's the same. But anyway, that's the takeaway from this scene. I didn't do it justice whatsoever, but the song "Hold Me Now" is solid. So let's move on to the next part. What is this played it? What Too Shy? What song is this?
Too Shy, Kaja, Gugu. I don't know. This band fucking sucks, dude. This song sucks. I don't care.
Okay, let's move on then. I don't want to talk about it.
It's played at the engagement party, right?
Oh, okay.
And then All Night Long, or no, you're doing the thing.
Yeah, All Night Long, Lionel Richie. I've never liked this song. I don't know why people like it.
I don't either.
It's not a stinker. It's definitely not a banger, but it's memorable. This is when Robbie and Sammy, right?
Yeah.
Robbie and Sammy get invited to Drew Barrymore's house, to their house for the engagement party, and the song's playing, and then there's that interaction between Robbie and then the fiance's friend, and the friend's just being like this oblivious asshole, and just the dryness and the delivery that Adam Sandler has in this scene is just it's perfect. I don't say a lot of good things about Adam Sandler, but he fucking nails it with this kind of like witty, dry humor.
It's so good. It's so fucking funny. It's so stupid. It's God, he's such a dick. But the guy's even bigger dick.
Yeah.
So it's like we laugh at Adam Sandler because he's being an asshole to this guy. But like the guy, like why the fuck would you ask somebody that?
Exactly.
And it's not like he asked him like, "Hey, dude, I heard you got left at the altar. That sucks. I'm sorry." He was like, "No." He was like, "No, I don't know. I don't even know." Okay, I don't even know. I'm way ahead of myself. I'm reading my notes. I'm getting way into it.
So let's
talking faster than my brain can think here. Okay.
So let's move
on.
Slow
down.
We get into the bar mitzvah. That's all. Frank Sinatra. What do you have on this one?
It's actually that was a misprint on my end. That was my bad. It's a Nat King Cole
I don't
song.
Recognize this. Oh, okay, Nat King Cole. Okay.
It's been covered by so many fucking people, just 100 people. That song is a killer song though. Fucking fantastic, amazing song. I love it. This is a banger. Come on, dude. This is a banger of a song.
I don't have it listed as a banger.
Okay, that's fine. That's something. That's something. But that song he sings at the bar mitzvah, that I don't know if that's like an actual bar mitzvah song, but that's a good song too.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't really remember it that much.
That's okay. That's all right.
But let's move on to the Cars song. It's All I Can Do. I don't remember where this song is playing in the movie.
This is when they're cleaning up and there's all the balloons all over the floor, and him and Drew Barrymore are talking together, and it's in the background. You hear it. If you know the song, you fucking hear it like clear as day. If you don't know the song that well, it just sounds like background 80s music.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, dude,
Maybe that's why it doesn't stick
this
out.
is my favorite Cars song. I think the Cars are a great band. I think like Rick Ocasek, fantastic producer. I think what he did for music in the 80s, 70s is amazing. 90s, amazing.
Blue?
Dude, I don't
Everything
know,
will be all right in the end?
Yeah, and again, even then. Blue, green, everything will be all right in the end. Like, the guy's done just like amazing, amazing stuff. And he's worked with the Cars, like production-wise, like pop-wise. Holy shit, dude. It is good. It is pretty good. I've never been a big fan of the Cars overall because you do have a lot of cheesy songs I've seen in too many car commercials. Yeah, get it? Just what I needed. Maybe that was like
That
a
song's
bank
fine.
commercial or something.
That
But
song's
dude,
fine.
this song, It's All I Can Do. This song is this song's a beyond banger. It's a beyond
I don't
banger.
know, man. I don't know.
Beyond
I don't know,
banger.
Jerry. I don't have it as a banger or a stinker.
Okay.
I have nothing really about this one.
All right.
All right. So from here we get into Ladies' Night by Kool and the Gang and John Lovitz. My favorite part of this whole movie. Just he's amazing. He's so fucking funny. John Lovitz is so underrated. He's so subtly funny. He's great.
I think like with John Lovitz, the reason why he's kind of underrated is because of his image. His image is, I don't know, like that's like Chris Farley, right? Like that's who he is.
Yeah.
That lovable kind of loser. But he is really funny. Like his timing is great. He
He's
has just
sharp, too.
enough. He has just enough kind of grit and I don't know, man. He's just weird enough to make it
Yeah.
funny, but it's not too weird to make me feel uncomfortable. Just pervy. There you go. Pervy. Pervy's a good word.
Pervy's a good way to, yeah, that's a good way
He's
to put
just pervy enough to be funny, but not too pervy to where like I feel uncomfortable.
it. That's good. Yes. So this is where he's essentially picking up where Adam Sandler left off because he's given up as a wedding singer. So now John Lovitz is stealing his spotlight. He's taking over for him. And it's fucking so stupid. It's so over the top. The way he kind of does like the grabbing of the crotch thing when he's up on stage.
Hey.
It's so stupid. But it could be really just not funny. But the way he does it, it's perfect.
You've got to
Perfect
be all
timing.
in. When you're doing something
Yeah.
like this, you have to be all in at all
Exactly.
times. And he is 100% all in. And then the end of it too, right? When she's like, "You've just inspired me to hire a DJ." He says, "Good luck finding a DJ who can move and shake like this." And he like backs up slowly and then shimmies, leans forward and shimmies, and it's fucking weird. So good.
And not many people could pull it off and make it funny.
No,
But he
This
does.
it's so weird.
It is, and then the other thing he does, which we'll get into in just a very little bit, with the curtain,
Oh yeah.
it's so fucking funny. It's some like Mel Brooks shit. Seriously, some Mel Brooks shit. Anyway, do we have anything else on this song?
No.
This part.
Let's get into Kill Me.
Somebody kill me. This is Adam Sandler. He's acoustic or not acoustic guitar, clean kind of guitar.
How'd you like that guitar though?
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Oh yeah, it sounds great. Like has the right amount of reverb on it. The palm mute, the dun 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 dun. It's just
He says you listened to a lot
So
of The
simple.
Cure when he wrote it, but it was a big old like hollow body F cut guitar that you like.
Yeah,
a
it
big
is.
old fat
Yeah.
fucking thing.
I like those things. I have one of them. It's an Epiphone, but I have one.
This was I like the song. I think it works.
It's a good song.
It's not like a song. It's a skit really. It's just melodic enough. It just long enough. It like progresses the story forward. It shows us a different side of Adam Sandler or Robbie in the movie. I think it achieves what it sets out to do. It's good. It's a good
Yeah.
song.
And when he starts to scream at the end, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's like
Put a
some
bullet in my head.
it's some like good grunge shit right there.
Yeah, it's solid.
You'd hear from like early '90s grunge. So I thought that was pretty solid. But even just overall, like the song, the little melody, it was good. It was for an original. It was pretty solid. So he sings that.
He co-wrote it with the other guy.
Oh, he did. Okay, well, still
Yeah. Both of his originals. It was co-written with the other guy,
forgot his name right now.
the guitarist
Keeping-
from the earlier we talked about.
Yeah. Can't remember his name though. But
Which he looked like a legit guitar. He looked like he could play for Alice Cooper, right? Like he looked like a legit guitarist in the beginning.
yeah, I would say so.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
man. If you watch it, I don't know if you will or not, but like watch him do like those. He does these two slides when he's playing a riff on that "You Spin Me Right Round" song. He's these two like slides that he goes up on the neck, and it is money. It's money.
Okay.
Money.
I don't know if I'll ever watch it again, the
Oh.
movie again, but we'll see. I had to rent the movie because it wasn't streaming anywhere. I'm not going to pay $15 to buy it, so I just rented it $4.
Did-
Got 2 watches out of it.
Didn't I say I'd buy it for you?
You did, but you never did. So
that's post pod talk, baby. That's PPTs right there.
you did say, I'll just buy it for you right now. And you looked it up too, and you're like, yeah, it's like $12. I'll get it. Yeah, I'll get it. I never got it.
Why would you just buy it? Just fucking buy it. It's $12.
Because I've already watched it twice. Don't care to watch it again. Anyway, so at the end of this scene, John Lovitz is like hiding behind the curtain watching. He says something like that was good. Oh, you know what the fuck? He says something so stupid.
He says like your life is like falling apart. That's good for me. And he like smiles and like opens his eyes wider than any person probably should at the time, and then slowly closes the curtain in front of him. But you can't see him close the curtain. Slow. That's the important part. You don't see his hand move. You don't see anything except for the curtain just closing in front of him.
And
that's key.
And the curtain closing is just slow enough to be noticeable, but not. It's the timing. The timing of it all. Like, it could have been so fucked up. Like it would have not been funny had it not been timed perfectly like that.
It's a 6-second scene, and he slays it.
I mean, that's like one of my favorite parts of the entire movie is that one part right there. It's seriously something Mel Brooks would have done in Young Frankenstein, Blazing Saddles, like early Mel Brooks. Like the timing was so perfect.
Like for me, it's because we don't see him close the curtain. Like even the curtain doesn't even move to where like if he was holding the bottom of it, you would see the curtain kind of like bow outward in front of him and follow it. But it looks like, you know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah, I know exactly.
It adds to like the mystique of John Lovitz in this. This is a movie based in complete reality. Everything here is 100% true, and it could happen in our world. But then like what he just did there, like that, like how the fuck did he do that? That's weird. That's mysterious. That's magical.
Yeah, it was great. It was so funny. One of my favorite parts of the whole movie, or my favorite part of the whole movie. And then we jump into every little thing she does from the police. I love this song. This is my favorite police song. I don't care.
What?
It's an absolute. This is my favorite police song. Yeah.
What?
I love this. Just the kind of like the bass slides that Sting does too. Even the driving piano part. It's pretty cheesy, but goddamn, dude, it's so good. That chorus is so catchy. This song is so good, man. This is my 2B right here.
Have we talked about your 1B yet?
No, we have not talked about my 1B yet.
Okay. This is your favorite police song? What the fuck?
This is my favorite police song, yeah. I know. This is a good song, though. It has the catchiness. It just... Dude, it's so tight, too. Stuart Copeland's drums on this, too. Like, with every police song. But this one, the transition from that kind of, like, silence you get into the chorus, I love it. And then it just drops into that iconic melody.
Yeah, no, we did the
kind of offbeat that Stewart does too on the hi-hat, the bell on the hi-hat. I love that offbeat too.
He's so fucking good. He slays, and he just knows how to let Andy Summers kind of do his own like chord thing on even the more offbeats, and then Sting just, I don't know, he has good bass lines. I think my favorite police song is probably So Lonely, or Roxanne. I like Roxanne.
Roxanne's good, but I feel like it's too overplayed.
So lonely, so lonely. But also the Be My Girl from the album that we did. Won't you be my
that's
girl?
A good one too.
And then turns into that weird like spoken word fucking part about like a blow up doll that they talked about. And
was it?
Yeah.
That was so long ago when we did that album. That was like when we first started. Man. That was like 2020. That was like around the pandemic.
Dude, police are pretty good.
Yet I didn't keep any of the records. I purged.
You kept nothing?
I purged all my police records.
That's I know. That's stupid.
I kind of regret doing it, but I also got like $90 for 3 police records.
You only need their first 2. You just need Outlandos and then Regatta. Yeah.
I got to listen to them again, and then I'll probably start buying them again. But anyway, so this part of the movie is when, you know, Sandler and Barrymore they're eating ice cream together. They're like at the fucking pharmacy eating ice cream, like an ice cream sundae or something.
Yeah, wherever people eat ice cream in the 80s. Huh,
yeah, like an old school pharmacy, like here in the U.S.
Stupid.
That's where the song plays, and then it jumps into like them like eating cake and then trying on wedding dresses, and then so that's pretty much all you get here.
There's a couple things though.
Okay, what do you
There's
got?
a couple things. I don't know if I put it in your notes, but we also hear the first foreshadowing of "Growing Old with You," the song.
Do we?
Yeah,
I saw that in the note, but I didn't pick up on it.
dude. Because I mean, I'm very, very familiar with that song. I can play it on guitar. This is chords anyway, but who cares? But like, I'm very familiar with it because I've heard it dozens and dozens and dozens of times. I love the song, and so you hear a slower, kind of like major key version of "Growing Old with You," which we'll hear it again later on in a minor key. And I think like if you want to make money in music, just be some type of studio musician. Like these guys make so much fucking money for doing nothing, right? The guy that co-wrote this with Adam Sandler, he's like, yeah, here you go. I co-wrote this with you. Take it, run with it. They made a fucking Broadway musical out of it. He didn't have to do nothing for it. He just sits at his home, gets his residuals, doesn't have to do no work. Like, come on, man. That's it.
Yeah, it's a pretty good gig.
I know where
Not
I'm
bad.
going with this, but you hear "Growing Old with You" a little bit here.
Okay.
It's 100% there.
All right. I'll take your word for it. I don't remember. And then yeah,
And the
so we
the little things, right? Sorry,
little things,
hold on there.
little things. Is it a
See,
Charlotte song?
I know you like that band, and it is. It's about the little things, and this is what makes the big rise to even the hero of the movie may not even be Robbie. The hero of the movie could be Drew Barrymore. Right,
Yeah,
so we don't
I
even
can
know.
make that- yeah, you can make that
God
argument.
damn, it's good, dude. So like, Blue Money is probably your biggest banger.
Well, we'll see.
But you see her talk about the little things. The little things is when she says things like, "I've never been on a plane," like I've never seen the window, sat in the window seat, and which will like foreshadow to later on what happens. And okay, go ahead. I want to.
No, okay. So that's where we're at. Then we jump into the wedding planning part of it. This is kind of like a montage thing. I mean, this song is perfect for a montage. It's the "You Make My Dreams" Hall & Oates. I hate this song.
Do you really?
I hate this song. I hate that little that riff, that bam,
Ding,
bam,
ding,
bam,
ding,
bam, that
ding,
super
ding,
clean
ding,
guitar,
ding, ding, ding.
and then everything stops, and then the vocals
What
come in,
I
and it's
want?
like it's super happy and bouncy. I've never liked it. I hate it. This is my third stinker, my
Damn.
3S.
Wow.
Yeah, I've never ever liked this song. It's just too over the top. It's too over the top poppy.
Okay.
I can't get into it. But yeah, no, it's a typical montage song, montage scene, very rom-com-ish. You see this, like you could have thrown this song into Wedding Crashers, you know, all the little scenes between Owen Wilson and Rachel McAdams when they're kind of like, you know what part when they're on the island,
Yeah.
they're kind of like learning
And
to
then
like each other.
when they're doing the hand thing, they're slapping each other's hands.
Right
and
before
then-
that, like when they're riding the bikes and everything.
And he falls on the bike, right? And he
Yeah.
like skids out. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you can hear this song could have been playing there, and it would have been
You're right. This is a perfect like smash cut fucking
yeah.
scene like this.
That's what the song is, and I don't like this song. Never have.
This is
Probably
this
never
is
will.
this is a mid tier song for me. I like it in the context of the movie. I would never fucking listen to this outside the movie. But I'm watching the movie, I enjoy it. When I'm listening to the soundtrack, I enjoy it. But that's as
Okay.
far as I go.
I will say though, the one good thing is how nice that guitar tone is. Like when it starts at boom bam boom bam, boom, it's just like has this kind of like it's not dry. It's like has this wet clean sound to it. It does sound really good,
I mean,
but
so like the synth thing, it's fine. It's cool. It's a little bit offbeat. But then the guitar strokes too are even more offbeat, and they're both kind of doing their own thing, but finding each other at the end. I think that's cool. And then I was kind of reading up about it too, but Hall or Oates, whichever one it was, who plays the piano, he was saying that like when they recorded the song, they had found a specific piano. It was some like Yamaha P90X piano that
90X.
had since been lost, and they never found another one for like decades and decades later. Had that perfect fucking sound, the exact sound that they wanted for this song. It took them like 40 years to find a duplicate of that piano, because Yamaha or Casio, whoever the fuck made the piano, I don't know who it was, but they didn't make a lot of them, so it took him a long time. So I think that's kind of cool that he found the specific tone that he really liked and made a song
Yeah.
out of it.
That is cool. That is.
But
But even
yeah.
still, the song.
It's still fun.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's just
It's talk about filler. Like
it's good filler though.
It's like stock footage filler. That's that kind of filler. That's what it is. Stock footage song. Anyway, 0-2. We move into I don't remember this Elvis Costello song played, but it's
because it's stupid.
Every day I write the book, and I listen to it. Dude, it's so boring. I don't remember anything about it.
Don't care. I don't say this is a stinker of a song because I don't think it's bad, but this is a bottom fucking song,
Bottom
dude.
tier.
I don't get Elvis Costello. I don't care. I don't find his voice endearing. I think it's distracting. I think it's annoying. And I don't think the song is that great. Like the melody comes from just him saying every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day. Back and forth.
Even then, I don't even
annoying.
remember that melody.
Stupid. I don't care about Elvis
Okay,
Costello
so
in any way, shape, or form.
let's move on from that then.
Here's your 1B.
Then we get into Blue Monday from New Order. This is when they're on that double date at the club, which is a pretty good scene actually. Because there's one moment in this scene that I'm like, oh my god, dude, we've all been in this position. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Wait, when? At the club?
When they're on at the club, yeah. When they're at the club, because it's a double date. It's Christine Taylor, Adam Sandler, and then Drew Barrymore, and then forgot her fiance's name.
Glenn?
Glenn, yeah. Was
the part where she puts the fry in his mouth?
No. The one part where, dude, we've all been there, where it's like you're only with this particular person because what am I trying to say here? When the two girls get up and leave to go to the bathroom, and it's just Adam Sandler and
Glenn.
What's his name? And Glenn. And then there's that silence, that awkward silence where you don't really know each other, so you don't know what to talk about. You don't know who should talk first.
Should I talk first? You talk first?
It's that pause right there that
super
dude, we've
awkward.
all been there. We've all been at that.
Yeah.
We've all been there at that point. And then who's going to say the first thing? That was perfect.
And they embraced the awkward pause.
They
right?
did. It was so perfect. And then the way Sandler like flipped a little bit and just to kind of manipulate Glenn too, to kind of say, "Oh, that girl's hot," kind of put him into a situation like that. That whole scene was great.
But
Absolutely great.
It's still in character, right? It's not like Adam Sandler because he's a shit actor. He's like, oh, I like to take a bite out of that ass, right? Like he just, you know what I mean? He sounds like fucking Rav himself, like doing Kiki voice. Like it's just monotone. It's just stupid. It's silly.
It is, yeah.
Like it's not believable in any way, shape, or form. But it's it's good. It's good.
That certified grade A ass.
Yeah, certified
So
grade A is
dumb.
what he said.
so
Maybe people
stupid.
talk like that in the 80s. I don't know.
I can imagine Pat saying something like that.
In jest, I would have.
In jest, yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah, it would have been in jest, but it's something that he would have said way back in the day. But seriously, though, that awkward silence and pause when the girls get up and leave, I thought it was perfect. I don't think any movie's done it as good as that. Seriously.
Yeah, you're right. They did really embrace the dramatic pause.
They really it lasted way. It lasted a long time.
It did. It went like a second or two past the point of we're like, okay, you should probably cut it off now.
But then we've all been there. We've all been there with somebody that we don't know that well, like an acquaintance at best.
And especially because Adam Sandler was staring at him the whole time while he was checking out the girl.
Exactly.
So it's like you've been in that position where you're staring at this person and you just think to yourself, I wish I was not here.
Exactly. That's perfect.
I wish I was fucking anywhere but here right now.
Oh man. So there are 3 different songs that play in this I think 3 songs that play during the scene. So the first is Blue Monday by New Order, which is my 4B. No, it's my
What the fuck?
No, it's my 6B. Sorry. Yeah, Blue Monday is
what
my 6B.
is your 1B?
We'll get there, dude.
I hope it's not Rapper's Delight. No fucking way. Please, for the love of God, tell me it's not Rapper's Delight.
But Blue Monday is really good. I mean, I think objectively it's one of the best 80s songs. with the electronic drums, the do 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 do. It's so monotone. It's so robotic.
Blue Mondays is
it's a great song though.
So for me, Blue Mondays is a beyond banger. I think it's a beyond banger.
Totally.
I think it's a great song on its own, but I think it also did something for music at this time that no other band could really do. First of all, there's no chorus, right? The chorus is just that dee 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 dee. Yeah,
that's the verse.
That is the verse, but like the dee 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 dee, that's essentially the chorus. It's just all verse. There's really no chorus, but this is kind of like the bridge between like disco and 80s music, right? Let's have like it's very, and it takes almost 2 minutes for the vocals to even kick in, but it's very low end driven song, bass, kick drum, and even like the lower register vocal delivery. And I don't know, it's very disco sounding and it feels like a disco song, but like way darker and melancholy. And it puts synth in the front and builds a song around it, which I think, that's what 80s is kind of like known for. And people were doing it before this, but this is like one of the biggest singles of all time. And that kind of like opposite disco part too. Like the song doesn't have a chorus again. And it's just, it plays into the spirit of disco. Yeah. Cause like disco, we don't need a chorus. We just want to dance. We want extended instrumentals. We want extended breaks. And the chorus here is just a riff and it's danceable.
Yeah. Yeah. And also that transition into the chorus or into the verse, that it's just that simple snare hit. That snare part is perfect. Perfect transition. It's melodic. It's catchy. I think it's fantastic. And then talk about the Orgy cover from 1998.
We would be remiss if we did not talk about the Orgy cover.
Got to talk about it because
I
will say the Orgy version is better.
Oh, hold on there, dude.
I'm saying it, man.
It's tough. It's tough.
It's better. It's more dynamic. It definitely is more dynamic with the bigger, heavier guitars, but the heavier guitars don't overtake the electronic 80s feel. Like they throw enough back to the 80s to make it, to really pay homage, but throwing in the big heavy guitars, especially in the latter part of the song, Orgy fucking nailed it. Absolutely fucking nailed it. And Jay Gordon killed it on the vocals. I think his vocals are better than, I forgot who sang for New Order, but whoever sang for New Order, I feel like Jay Gordon from Orgy did a better job. I stand by it.
Well,
I stand by it.
All right. It's tough. I think it's tough, honestly. I think Blue Monday's a tough song to say I did it better than the original because the original is so goddamn good and it's so long. But Orgy,
but some bands do the covers better.
That is true.
Dynamite Hack, no doubt, did "It's My Life" better than I forget who did "It's My Life" before, but no doubt did it way
the world better than the Vandals did it. So.
Well, that's stupid. But
I don't fucking understand why you don't think that No Doubt did "Order the World" better than the Vandals did. Even Joe Escalante, when he was on Dexter Pod, he even brought up like how great that cover is, and it's amazing, and it's better than his own.
We also know Joe Escalante from the Vandals is a very humble guy.
Yeah, the only original member of the Vandals. So he's a spokesperson for the Vandals, so that's a fact.
He's a very humble guy. Of course he's going to say that. Dude, that episode of the podcast, the Offspring podcast, Time to Relax, that was great. Like Joe Escalante he's very dry. He's very, very funny. That was a great interview.
He's good. It was good.
Not as good as Fletcher, but I mean, how are you going to top Fletcher?
Can't top Fletcher.
Dude, seriously, what the fuck?
Uh-oh.
Oh, this fucking cat, dude. She knocked over all this shit. Oy. My work computer fucking knocked over.
Cat's gonna cat, bro. Where's Ruben? Tell Ruben to fucking handle that shit.
No, they'd fight. If he was in here, they'd fight.
Yeah, tell Ruben to fuck her up.
Got to keep them separated. Anyway, let's move on for Blue Monday. Also in the club, China Girl from David Bowie plays. I always forget this is a David Bowie song. It's a good song.
It's fine.
But it's good, but I still can't figure out the David Bowie thing. Like
I don't
know what
I don't fucking understand it.
I don't get it. I don't know where to start. There's so many places I can start. I just don't know what to do. It's I know eventually we're going to do Bowie on the podcast sometime. I don't know when. We're going to do them eventually. It's just I don't know where to go. I don't know where to start. So
I mean,
China Girl. It's
this
good.
is from like his like fucking 15th album, right?
I know there's a lot. It's like Zappa.
And this song specifically was written by Iggy Pop. He co-wrote it with Iggy Pop, and Iggy Pop released it on his 1977 album. And the song is about having an affair with a Vietnamese woman. So that's kind of funny, right?
Funny. I don't know about that.
70s humor.
That's
That's Iggy Pop for you. But yeah, this song is I don't know, man. I don't get it. I think Bowie's voice is annoying and super pretentious. I do like the guitar riff that drives the song forward. I think it's kind of fun, but I don't care. I don't fucking care about David Bowie or the song.
Yeah, it was fine. I don't think it's a bad song by any means, but I still don't get the Bowie appeal.
Don't get it either.
One day we'll get into it. So then we kind of rounded out in this whole scene with
this is your 1B right here, baby.
Private Idaho from B-52s. This is a stinker for me.
Get the fuck out of here.
This is my 4S, my fourth stinker.
Are you serious right now? Are you joking my ass?
This song. I hate
fuck
this song.
I
hate this song, dude.
I don't know. I can't even speak. I can't even speak.
I don't like it.
I can't even speak.
I can't stand his vocals. It's too hyper, but it doesn't deliver in its hyperness. I don't like the B-52s, and I hate this song.
Dude,
Never
this
liked
song
the song.
is wild. It is surf rock and wild. Schneider slays. He is so frantic. He is so fun. That whole thing where he goes like, ooh, ooh, and they breathes in while he does that. Dude, it is amazing. And that keyboard riff, dude, it's both rock sounding but also kind of creepy, like it's from a Halloween movie or something. That
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you don't like the B-52s. I think it's just because
I've tried, man.
I think it's just spite at this point. I think this band is unreal.
Listening to that one album, I forgot the name of the album, the one with the yellow cover.
Their first album.
Yeah, the first album. I listened to that maybe 6 months ago. Tried to get into it, and I don't get it. I don't get the B-52s at all.
Oh my god, dude! I'm
it's
telling
too
you what's
over the
about
top.
them.
It's too like fake hyper. It's like Devo. It's like trying to be Devo.
No.
But trying way too fucking hard.
No.
Yes.
No.
Way too hard.
First of all, Devo has never been this hyper. The B-52s are so fucking hyper. They're so aggressively bizarre, right? Devo's never been like that. It's not too much because the music matches the tone.
They're begging. They're like dogs. They're begging.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I don't get it.
Hands.
I don't get it. I don't get B-52s.
Dude, this song is
Private Idaho.
For me, this song is a Beyond banger. That's
so what does it say?
Obvious. It's a Beyond banger.
Okay, Beyond banger. Okay,
it's a Beyond banger.
Damn, somebody's peeling out outside.
Okay,
so
whatever. That's
so yeah,
fun.
the scene wraps up, and then the next song, "Love My Way" from Psychedelic Furs. This is my 1B.
Of course it is. This song's a stinker.
No, it's not.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get the fuck out of here.
At best, this is a filler song. I don't like this. I don't like the Psychedelic Furs. Dude. I've never liked this band. I love their name, but getting into this band, they're fucking boring. The song is about like sexuality, in particular, people who are questioning their own, and like the whole thing is just dumb, dude.
But the song,
the song's stupid. The tom tones.
I've listened to other. I've tried to listen to other Psychedelic Furs. I haven't really got into it. But this song, dude, that guitar part, that just the high guitar parts, and the
this
marimba.
Is your 1B?
The marimba. Come on,
sucks,
dude.
This song is not good.
You know I'm a sucker for that instrument. For the
song
marimba.
is at best.
No,
this song
is
is
my
filler.
No, this is my 1B. This is my.
It's your 1B for
song.
one reason.
Well, because Korn did a cover of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
No,
absolutely.
It's not. No,
of course it is.
It's a good cover though, right?
I mean, it's better than the original because the original
cover, right?
Sucks so fucking hard. Yeah, I'll
Korn
give you that.
They did do a cover of this in the early 2000s because they were supposed to come out with a cover album called Korn Covers with a K, both with a K. But they never came out with it. But they've made a whole album worth of cover songs that they've already released, and this is one of them. Well, this is like a like an unreleased song that was leaked, and but I mean I heard the Psychedelic Furs version long before the Korn version, so I was very familiar with this song prior to Korn covering
When the fuck would you ever have listened to early
I remember this
80s
song.
English shit band?
I heard this song like on K-Rock, or like way before Korn did. Like this is like late 90s, early 2000s. K-Rock would play this song.
Dude, this
And I
band
really
like
love
had
this
one of the
song.
coolest names of all time and fucking
It's a great fucking
squandered
name.
it.
It's a great name, and this is a great song.
That
Lead
sucks, bro.
the lead guitar, the marimba, the fucking the melody is so catchy. Love my way. It's like it's so
Okay.
like it's so over the top new wave, but it's so fucking rad.
This is
I
not even like
Love My
the
Way.
best new wave song on this album. That's not even like the best 80s song on this album.
Dude, it's
this
such
is
a good song.
This is fucking filler.
No, it's not,
I can't
dude.
even believe
No.
we're talking about
Are
this.
you dude? Even just having the marimba in there, but that by itself sets this song.
This is one
Sets
of
the
those
song
songs
apart.
that like you think that you love, and then
No,
like
don't
you
even-
sing it
don't
at
even try to-
karaoke,
don't
and then
try
you
to
realize,
rationalize this.
oh, I don't even know the song at all because it's fucking dumb. I bet you $1,000 I give you the song at karaoke. You have no idea what they're saying, and you don't even know the melody to any of it except for that one little tiny part.
Stop trying to rationalize your wrong thoughts here.
Dude, there are some
This is
great
just-
songs on this album. This is 100% not even close to being one of them. You are 100% wrong.
No, I'm not, dude.
This is going on the list of shit
dude,
that you are so
I
fucking
think-
wrong about.
Okay, so this is probably what happened. So over the last like 10, 15 years, you probably think you've listened to this song, but you never have. So what I need you to do after we podcast, probably tomorrow after you're more, clear headed, listen to the song again, and then you'll realize how actually fucking great this song is.
I listened to this album
You haven't.
via
Because
the
if
movie,
you had,
via the
because if you
vinyls,
had,
and via the Spotify's.
because if you had, you wouldn't be talking this much shit about it. It's a really good fucking song. It's the best song on the record, on the
That's-
soundtrack.
Dude, that is so fucking wrong. You are so
Dude,
you are
it's so
so
good.
wrong about that.
No, I'm not. And everybody listening, go check it out.
No, nobody
wholeheartedly
will agree with you. Nobody
you're
will
saying
agree with
that-
you.
You're saying that because you're afraid.
I'm not afraid. I know for a fucking fact. You think this is the best song on this
Yes.
album.
Yes.
I know for a
Can we say it again?
goddamn
Can we say it
fact.
again?
Not one person will agree with you.
That's bullshit. Come on. Come on.
Do,
Come on.
do you care? Do you care
Come
to
on.
make it interesting?
Come on. Come on.
don't
Come on.
Peralta me, okay? All right.
Anyway, let's move on. We got a few more songs.
I can't fucking believe you chose a shit song as your favorite album. That's
That is the-
embarrassing.
It's not my favorite
Honestly,
album.
it's
It's my favorite
embarrassing.
song. Yeah. So anyway, let's move
Whatever.
on to Huey Lewis. Do you believe in love? I don't even remember what the song was like. I don't.
It doesn't matter because this song sucks. Huey Lewis in the news, dumb.
Yeah,
Who
sports.
cares? God, that album sells like hotcakes. I don't get it. I
it's
don't
such
like
a
it.
shit record too.
It is. It's not good. Don't care.
That's what I want from the Flying Lizards. I don't care about this song at all. Like really, the rest of the song outside of like
Oh,
a few of like three of them, forgettable. I don't
okay,
really
that's
care.
fine. We can. If you hear them, you'll recognize them, especially this one.
No, I know this
'Cause
song.
it's
I
very
do remember
like-
this song.
Like that's what I want. It sounds almost like they're like English as a second language type of thing, right? I don't know where the Flying
Mhm.
Lizards are from, but it sounds like
It's a cool name though, right?
That's
Flying
what I
Lizards?
want. Hell yeah, that's a cool fucking name. That's almost as cool as King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard fucking name.
Lizards, man.
But I don't know. Lizards and Wizards.
All right,
Go ahead,
so
move
then,
on.
Yeah, so then we
Tony
get
Hawk.
into.
Springsteen.
But so we're also missing kind of parts of the story,
You're not even saying it.
Saying what?
The part of the story.
So I mean, this to me, this part of the movie is just kind of like, I kind of was kind of drifting and kind of getting bored at this point.
Oh my god, dude.
I mean, it's fine, but it's a little bit too long, and Robbie's just kind of depressed, and he's still trying to impress Julia, and then he's just kind of making it about him, and he's being fussy and making her feel bad, and
That's the thing. Okay, so let's go back a little bit to your shit fucking your absolute garbage number one pick was when Glenn picks up Julia from the bar, right? And he's in his little, he's driving a DeLorean, first of all, right? Douchebag. And he opens it up, and he's playing the Miami Vice sound, or the theme song, which I didn't know until this week was written by Jan Hammer. Jan Hammer did a lot of stuff with Jeff Beck at the time, which is cool. But also, he's a big Miami Vice fan in the movie Glenn. And one of the guys asked him, yeah, they're like, don't you isn't your wedding going to interfere with Miami Vice? He loves Miami Vice so much he planned his wedding around the rerun schedule of Miami Vice.
It's summer. It's August. It's summer. It's reruns.
Well,
so Christine Taylor brings it up. She's the one who questions him because he's wearing the white sports coat with the pink shirt.
But he's also in finance in the 80s, right? Like the easy avenue for like cocaine abuse and drug abuse is there. Yeah. And so I think this movie did two things really well. Is one, there's no sex scenes, right?
That's true,
Not one sex scene. We get a little bit of kissing here and there, but nothing over dramatic. And they even talk about like the over dramatic kissing in the church. They call it church kissing. They do a slip on the tongue, put the ass out to the front, like there. and then also like the drug abuse of what could have been an easy avenue to make Glenn look even worse, because a cheating guy, for someone that like that's not that bad compared to like what he could have been as a drug abusing, like wife beating cheating guy, right? Like, I don't know. They could have made it look a lot worse, but they didn't go that route because that's not the point of the movie. The point of the movie isn't to have a villain. The point of the movie is to have a coming of age. Drew Barrymore coming into herself and Adam Sandler coming into himself and finding what they really want in life and realizing that they really want is like each other, the same likes and dislikes as each other. And I think that's what the movie is.
That's what the movie is, dude.
You don't need a villain.
Yeah, you're right.
Honestly, Glenn's a dick.
Yeah, he totally.
But he's not a villain, right?
I guess not. But the way he's portrayed, he is. He's set up to be the villain.
But he's not.
He's set up to be the villain, but he's not technically. Yeah. Okay. I get it. All right. So let's. Really.
Fuck me. This movie's good. Let's run through it. Like, Hungry Heart by Springsteen. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, because like up until like the airplane scene, a lot of the songs can be. Really, most of the songs can be they're kind of like filler songs. Like the soundtrack is top heavy for sure.
Oh, hold on, dude, because we get. So Jam on It by Nucleus is a really fucking rad like 80s. You love Golden Era.
That's all. But people only know the Jam on It part. That's all people know.
Do you have this record on vinyls?
I don't know. Why would I have it on vinyls?
I have it on vinyls. It was one of the first things I bought.
Well, that's not.
And the Smith song? You don't like the Smith song?
I don't like it. I don't get
this song. I like this song. I like this song only. I like that tremolo like rhythm part. I think it's cool. I like Morrissey's voice on this one too. It's like just lazy enough. It's just catchy enough to latch onto. I still don't care for the Smiths. I listen to again, most of these bands that I thought like maybe I should get into them. I listened to their top 5 on Spotify. I was like, not my thing. Smiths, I still don't get.
Morrissey, I don't get it. It's too boring lyrically. I've never taken. We've never really taken a proper dive into the lyrics, but
let's not forget the next song too. "Wake Me Up Before You Go" by Wham.
Okay,
this is the song. This is the song that Linda sings to Robbie when he wakes up, and she's wearing his Van Halen T-shirt. Right?
Is that what she's singing?
Yeah, she's "Wake me up before you go."
I didn't even make that connection. This is my 11B, but
it's a good song. It's so goddamn stupid. It's so dumb that you can't help but love it. But what Adam Sandler says to Linda is like the best part. He says, "Get out of my Van Halen T-shirt before you jinx the band and they break up." When was this movie set? 1985, the same year David Lee Roth quit the band.
Yes,
that was
a nice touch. It was a nice touch.
That's some subtle shit right there. That's good.
I also like, how Van Halen's kind of split is referenced in this movie as well as Airheads.
Yeah.
Which Adam Sandler also stars in or co-stars in. So I do like that, the whole Van Halen thing is very prevalent within this comedy kind of troupe, I guess you could say.
Well, also there's a whole Adam Sandler universe where there's a lot of movies that are connected with each other and these characters know each other. That's a whole other stupid thing.
Yeah,
moving on. We only got 4 more songs, dude. We're almost done.
Yeah, Rapper's Delight, Sugar Hill Gang. This is what's her name is singing at the old lady. Just like, I mean, this is one of those scenes that hasn't aged well.
But
I
like,
don't
here's
think it's
why.
very funny.
Here's why this scene is great, because they wanted her to do this song. I don't know why, but she had no idea what rap was. She's already old at this time, right? She lived to be 101, and that she died in like 2005 or 10 or something like
She was
that.
like mid-80s in this movie.
So she was already old as fuck. She had no idea what rap was. And so when they wanted her to do this, and you can hear it, if you listen to her and you watch her, dude, her flow is terrible. Like, she has no fucking idea what to do. But the song isn't kind of like a rap song. It is, Sylvia Robinson and the whole kind of this thing coming together as a faux rap group to capitalize on the upcoming rap thing going on in the New York area. So like, she's not really rapping. She's kind of singing, but she has just kind of that pacing to her that is rap. It's cute. It's funny. It's silly. It matches her personality because that's what she's already old, dude. She was old in Seinfeld, right? Like, she's always been old. I don't know. It's like Morgan Freeman. Has Morgan Freeman ever not been old? I don't know.
No.
I don't
Steve
think
Martin,
so.
has he ever been old?
That's true. Too.
Ever not
My
been old, I mean?
God, he's always had fucking white hair. Jesus Christ. So yeah, I don't care for Rapper's Delight as a song. I don't think it's garbage. I don't think it's great. I think it
It's a
holds a
good
place
song.
in time.
The song's
I think
good.
it might be like the most important rap song of all time. But I don't
It
really
is.
care for it that much. I know the lyrics
Still
to it.
solid.
Do it, do it, do it, do it. And so many rappers have interpolated the hotel, motel, Holiday Inn thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's important. But whatever. Meh. Go ahead. Moving on.
It's a fine part. I mean, I don't know. I don't really care. Actually, I don't care for this part of the movie with her singing.
Maybe you just hate old ladies. Do you just hate old ladies?
No,
Is
I
that
just
what's
don't,
happening here?
I don't think it's like a scene that has aged well. Like, it's too 90s comedy. It's too on the nose. I don't know. I don't like this. I don't think it's funny. And then this is this is when Robbie's trying to stop the wedding between wait, what part is this?
Growing Old
Fucking
with You.
hell.
This is when we hear it. So the first time we hear this song is the first kiss between Drew and Adam, right?
Yeah.
When they're just kissing with each other. And then when you said earlier, also a good line when Glenn walks in and he says, "What are you doing?" "Oh, I kissed him." And she's like, "Oh, he kissed me. Who hasn't?" But then he's bringing the CD player to
CD
Julia,
player,
and she's like, "What is it like? Where do you put the record?" She's like, "He doesn't play records, just CD player, play CDs." I thought that was kind of funny because we're record heads now. I thought that was funny.
because we're vinyl snobs now. Yeah.
But then we hear a more somber rendition of this when Robbie sees Julia miming in front of the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Right when she just talked to her mom and she's like, "I'm confused," and the mom's like, "Don't worry about it. It's just jitters. Don't worry about it." And so then we see Drew Barrymore in front of the mirror and she's like, "Hi, I am Julia Guglia," because that's Glenn's last name was Glenn Guglia.
Yeah.
"I'm Julia Guglia." It's like, oh, that sounds gross. And then she says, I can't remember Robbie's last name. I'll just call him Shakespeare because it's Sly and Robbie. She's like, "I'm Robbie Shakespeare." And then you got to see her smile. But when Robbie sees her doing that in front of the mirror in her wedding dress, not knowing that she's thinking about him, but he sees her in a wedding dress thinking she's thinking about Glenn. And then you hear a more somber rendition, a minor key of Growing Old With You song. And so like it's all leading up to this part. This part in the airplane. Dude, this part in the airplane is so fucking good. Did you read that the other person that was going to be Billy Idol's part was David Lee Roth?
No, I did not. But that would have been so cool, so much
No,
cooler.
I thought that, but David Lee Roth would have been too much. He would have been too much.
No,
The scene doesn't call for over the top. The scene calls for calm, and David Lee Roth is not calm.
He's not. But
No,
Billy Idol is such a.
Billy Idol's calm.
He's such a plant.
He's an
But he's
icon.
such a plant.
But he's an
Such a
icon.
plant.
He's smooth. He's calm. He's
It's
everything.
Okay, I get it. I get that. But he's still such a plant that I don't like Billy Idol.
There's no reason for you not to like Billy Idol the way you do.
I don't like
And
him. I don't think his songs are that great.
It's snowballing now to the point where like I hate Billy Idol more than when we started this podcast for no reason than just because like I do like Billy Idol and a lot of people like Billy Idol, therefore you like him less. That is what's happening right now.
That is not what's happening.
But that is exactly what's happening right now. But this entire movie has been building up to this airplane scene. And remember earlier when I talked about the whole aisle seat thing, where like
Yeah,
We're-
that
we're-
was good.
where Drew Barrymore talked about like I would like to sit on a plane and look out the window. Like it's the little things, you know. And like one of the first things we do is she asks Glenn, she says, hey, like, do you mind if I sit on the window seat? I've never seen Vegas at night. And he's like, well, I kind of want to sit here because every time the cart guy goes by, he bangs my elbow, and then it bangs Drew Barrymore's elbow. And I thought that was a cool throwback. But like the biggest scene in the entire movie,
the most typical. That's like easy writing. That's like.
But here comes the big writing, baby boy.
Nah.
Because of that slapstick, you may have missed the big writing. The biggest thing of this movie, the biggest
slapstick.
scene, the most important scene. That is slapstick. Come on, people get
no. I'm talking about no. I'm not talking about the slapstick part. I'm talking about the throwback part. Like that writing right there. It's fine, but it's like it's easy.
But it's not fine because I wrote it in the notes. I wrote in the notes, and I made you remember it.
Though.
It's
like
a throwaway line. You never would have.
I
guarantee you had I not written that in a note and force fed it to your fucking mouth, you never would have picked it up. You never would have picked it up.
Because you know
guarantee you.
When you wrote out all these notes, kind of outlining the movie, I didn't read any of them.
I spoon-fed Tyler this entire movie.
I did not read any of these outlines before I watched the movie. And I rolled my eyes. I rolled my eyes during that plane scene between Glenn and Julia. I did roll my eyes. I'm like, ugh.
I don't believe you for a fucking second. I spoon-fed you this movie, and
dude, I did not. Like
and you should be thanking me.
Like I said, I did not read the outline. I watched the movie before I went to the outline. And yes, I did roll my eyes in that scene.
I don't believe that at all. I don't believe the joke. So anyway, the most important scene in this entire movie is we have known Drew Barrymore to be marrying this guy for his money. We don't even know why the fuck she's marrying this guy. He's a total dick. Not quite a villain, but he's a dick. Like Cruella de Vil, she's a villain, dude.
Yeah, she's straight up terrible.
Right? Like she's like slaughtering things
once the skin dog's
because she likes
alive.
to do it. She can give a fuck.
Yeah.
Drew, like Glenn, he's not a villain. He's just a dick. Like, why is she marrying him? So the I don't know. The peak of this movie is when she says, and it's there's no music, there's no other chatting in the background. It's a single camera view. It's right on her face. She says, "Glenn, I can't marry you." There's no fucking if, ands, or buts around it. There's no like, I don't think we should get married. There's no thinking or feelings. It's just straight up. It's a definite answer. I cannot marry you. And I think that's fucking great, dude. That's owning it. As far as like rom-coms are concerned, like, come on, man. The female lead is now like owning it. Get the fuck out of here. Jesus Christ, it's so good. But anyway, the song's killer. Growing Old with You, Adam Sandler, they're on the same plane. He's making this big romantic gesture to go and break the wedding up of two people that he thinks shouldn't be getting married. And unbeknownst to him, Drew Barrymore's already made the decision not to marry Glenn. So that his big romantic gesture is kind of a moot point, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
Like, regardless if he was there or not, she's still not going to marry Glenn. So whatever he did after that was just kind of like, after the fact.
Icing on the cake.
Solid, baby.
Yeah. And then we get into the last two songs, really credit songs. You know, I don't even, the Spandau Ballet. Who gives a fuck about that song? Ballet, yeah.
It's a good song. It's goofy.
And then Video Killed the Radio Star plays during the credits. It's fine. The song's fine. I've never cared too much for it.
Oh, hold on there, dude. I want to go back a little bit. Do you not like Growing Old with You?
I do. It was a good
song. The song?
It was better than I was expecting from Adam Sandler. Yeah.
I mean,
was that actually him singing though?
Yeah, it was him singing, but he did co-write the song with the other guy.
Because it was kind of Beatle-like. Kind of reminded me a little bit of the Beatles. I don't know.
The high parts, definitely. It's a good song, dude.
It was good. It was good. Definitely wasn't bad. I know I didn't put it on my banger list, but it was still good.
That's
it's like Adam Sandler has like shining moments that are actually like, dude, you could actually be like a pretty good, like decent to good songwriter, but they're only like 30-40 minute long clips, and it's like, that's it. Like, come on, dude, write a full song. Like you kind of have the chops here. You just kind of like, you need to buckle down and do it. Like, don't be a bit songwriter.
Adam Sandler's more concerned about making movies.
He's not concerned about anything
that he knows aren't going to be successful, but he wants to give his friends jobs. He wants to give his friends money. He wants to just build an empire where he can just hang out with his friends and just make a little bit of money and be really, really nice doing it. And I mean, Adam Sandler's another guy too. Like we talked about, who the fuck were we talking about earlier that we love? That Drew Barrymore. Come on, both of them. Yeah. Adam Sandler's too, a guy that like nobody really hates Adam Sandler. Everybody fucking likes him. He's always nice. He's always signing autographs. He never like shuns people, and he legit gives like all of his friends parts in his movies.
That's true. Yeah.
He's just a cool dude. Like he's not destined for greatness, but because he's so great at being mediocre, he is now great. I don't know. I like point. Adam Sandler a lot. But yeah, fine. let's get into the Buggles here. Video Killed the Radio Star. So first of all, this was a cover by the President of the United States of America, which was a 90s cover. I don't know why the fuck they decided to do that, because the original Buggles song came out in 1979. Just use the original. The original's fucking fantastic. The cover's great, but the original is fantastic. It's amazing. I think this song is absolutely phenomenal. And recently, because of another podcast we listened to, Dudesy, I come to the conclusion, but I realized that Trevor Horn, the guy from the Buggles, was also in Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
and one of my more favorite albums by Yes was Drama, like a late 70s, early 80s one. And he was a singer for Drama. But he also helped produce 90125, which had probably their most popular song, but a fucking garbage song, and that's Owner of a Lonely Heart.
That was by far their biggest song.
I think that's weird that they used this cover of the Buggles and not Owner of a Lonely Heart.
Yeah, maybe it was the rights. They couldn't get the rights to it.
But if you get the rights to the cover of the original, then you had to have gotten the rights to Owner of a Lonely Heart, because he wrote the song.
I guess so.
Dude, Trevor Horn produced and wrote Owner of a Lonely Heart for John Anderson. John Anderson was the original singer for Yes, and then came back later on. But Trevor Horn replaced him, but still wrote this song, produced a song, and then gave it to John Anderson, and then Chris Squire and everybody else to write or to sing. Weird. I don't know. I love Video Killed the Radio Star. I love the President of the United States of America version of it. I think it's fantastic, and it's a banger.
And also, we understand the significance of the song because this was the first video ever played on MTV in 1981.
Yeah, it was the first.
1982. Yeah, so it was the first music video ever played on that channel. But even still, like it's fine. The song's fine. I don't know.
Dude, it's fucking good, man. That first Buggles album, it's pretty good.
I haven't listened to that first Buggles record, so I can't say one way or the other.
I'm going to put it on your list right now.
I got a lot to listen to on my list.
You do. Well, you don't delete things from your list. I don't know what you have and have not listened to.
That's true. I do need to start deleting shit. Anyway, so let's give our final thoughts. Let's give a ranking of the movie and the soundtrack separately. This will all be based off of our world famous 3-point rating system, where 3 is a perfect album or movie, 2 is a good album or movie that you're gonna go back to, 1 is a album that you should listen to but you would never listen to again, and then 0 is the worst thing you've ever heard. So what do you got? Go.
I will say too that the vinyl soundtrack opens up with the President of the United States of America covering the Buggles. So like that's, I don't know, I think that's distasteful. A 90s band covering a really good late 70s, early 80s band. Like why? Whatever. It bothers me. It really does bother me. I think this movie's a perfect movie. I think this movie's it's one of the greatest rom-coms of all time. I think like I don't know. So The Princess Brides, I think, would probably be like a better one than this. So some of like the classic one, like Sleepless in Seattle, dumb, don't care. I like Meg Ryan a lot. Tom Hanks, bleh. What do they call him on Dudesy?
I don't even know. They call him like a different
shit. Like,
they call him like a different name every episode.
When it comes to rom-coms, like there's always I don't know. I feel like first of all, there's always sex scenes, and sex scenes I think are cop-outs. Because,
totally,
bro. Like we all know what sex looks like. Come on, you're wasting time. It's filler.
Okay.
It's filler. Okay,
it's
filler.
Yeah, totally.
Be better than that. And I like that The Wedding Singer doesn't have any sex scenes. They have very, very little like make-out scenes, because I don't want to watch people fucking kiss. I just don't. It's just weird, and it's just filler, and it's stupid, and I don't care. The same reason why, like, if I'm sitting at a bar, I want to look to my left and see people kissing. I don't care. PDA. Fuck out. But also like watching kind of like the main woman character blossom into something bigger than we thought she was. A coming of age type of thing. And Robbie never really learns anything because he's not a complex character of the movie. He's the most, I don't know, like linear part of the movie, right? He's trying to marry Linda and she bails. So he's like, I'm down in the dumps. Typical, right? That's what would happen if that happened to you. And so then he sets his sights on Drew Barrymore and he marries her. That's what we assume that's what's going to happen. Linear, boring. But like Drew goes through all these emotions. She talks about it and we see her transition and we see her confide in her mom who tells her one piece of advice. And then we see her talk to Christine Taylor who mentions kind of the money factor and you kind of see the disgust in her face. I don't know. Drew Barrymore's character in this movie is so complex, so much better than most of the rom-com female leads that we've seen. 500 Days of Summer, I thought I liked a lot. When I saw it in theaters, and I've watched it in later years, recent years, 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know, man. Held up. I don't like it as much as I used to. I really don't. I love JGL. I think he's amazing. But your girl Zoe,
Okay, fair.
I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just super excited to be here. I love this movie. I think this movie's a perfect 3. Ooh. I think the soundtrack, God, the 80s is garbage. Dude, the 80s is so fucking garbage. For me, this soundtrack's a 2.25. I love it. I like it. I'm going to listen to it again. I own the vinyls. There's a couple songs here that I wish didn't exist at all. Not just on this album, but in general. Just wipe them from the face of the earth.
Okay.
But I do think it's good. I think the 80s had a handful of great songs, and I think for the most part they're represented right here. Outside of this, there's a couple rock albums and some metal stuff that is great, but as pop wise, I think this is about it. This is about it.
Okay.
If I'm ranking the 80s as a decade,
shit.
Man, if we did 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 2000s, 2010s, 2020s, 80s would be third worst.
Third worst. Okay. That's not,
yeah.
I mean, there was some good shit to come out of it. Metallica, Misfits. Well, Misfits actually were 70s, but, Black Flag, shit like that.
Black Flag
There's some good
70s.
Shit that came out. Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right. 70s. Yeah. Anyway.
There's only one truly great thing to come out of the 80s.
And that is?
What?
Return of the Jedi?
No, that's me.
Oh.
Man, I was born in 1987. You fucking idiot.
You're really fucking stupid. All right. My final thoughts here. I don't like 80s music really. This soundtrack is, for the most part, it's the best of the best, which still isn't great. Or isn't really the best. It's just, I don't know.
It's the best
music wise,
worst,
popular music wise, the 80s were the worst. Popular music wise, hands down, it was. I would never get this on vinyl. I don't care. This stuff is played on the radio enough. I hear these songs enough that I don't need I don't need it in physical format. I just don't. Movie wise, The Wedding Singer, I rented it this week. I watched it twice this week. I don't think I would ever. I don't know. I don't know if I'd ever go back to it. I just don't know. It is a good rom-com. I don't think story wise, I don't think it does too much differently. I get the coming of age thing with Drew Barrymore more so than Robbie. I get it. I totally get it. But I think that was more accidental than anything else. I don't think that was the intention at the beginning, but it became that because of Drew Barrymore and her chemistry with Adam Sandler. I really think that's what it was. I think it was purely accidental. And I don't know. I don't really care for rom-coms. It's the same formula, which whatever. That's fine. It's just not my thing. Just like 80s music isn't my thing. With both the soundtrack and the movie, I'm going to give them both a 2 out of 3. I really will.
That's pretty good.
because it's not that I won't go back to some of these songs. Like some of the songs are absolute shit. Like I agree with you, they're absolute shit. But some of them, I mean, they're good. Like Psychedelic Furs, Blue Monday, you know, Sugar Hill Gang. I'll go back to some of these songs for sure. The movie, I'm not opposed to watching it again, but I'm not going to go out of my way to watch it. I'm not going to go buy it, but I'll watch it again. That's fine. So I give both the movie and the soundtrack a 2 out of 3.
Also, one other tidbit here was David Spade was also wanted to be in the role of Glenn, but this was too soon after Black Sheep that he wasn't up for it, right? And then Adam also asked Chris Farley to be in the movie, but he was in rehab again at the time, and he's not in a good spot.
Who would Chris Farley even play?
He would have played the guy at the very end of towards the very end of the movie, the Flock of Seagulls guy at the airport,
like the bit thing, like he was in Airheads as the cop.
Yeah,
kind of like a bit role like that. Yeah,
yeah. But New Line Cinema also said like no fucking way. He has too much addiction problems, and he died 2 months before the movie was released.
Oh shit.
And like, have you ever read into the problems with Black Sheep between David Spade and Chris Farley and the whole addiction thing?
No, I never have.
It's pretty dark. It's pretty dark.
I mean, I've never taken a deep dive into Chris Farley's life outside of the movies, but I mean, I know enough of it.
I mean, because like Black Sheep was just a copy of like Tommy Boy, and
it was, yeah.
It was just like the script was pushed through, and the studio pushed it through as fast as possible, and David Spade kind of wasn't ready for it, and Chris Farley for sure wasn't ready for it, and just it spiraled out of control, and their relationship deteriorated. It was it's pretty bad, sad.
I'll have to do more. I'll have to read about it more because now I am interested, because even Black Sheep is a good movie.
Black Sheep is solid.
It's not as good as Tommy Boy, but it's fucking solid, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So do we have anything else on this? We good?
That's it. That's all. I might watch it tonight. I might watch Wedding Singer again tonight.
Well, that's stupid. All right. Well, thank you all for listening. You know what to do. Give us 5 stars, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Thank you all for listening. Tell all your friends. Share this with everybody. And that's it. That's all.
Chris Farley,